Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, the 17th of November. It is great to be back with you live, people. I'm okay if you're watching the replay too. It is great to be back here with you. I am so excited to be here and be live. I gotta find my books, getting my books going here. I am getting all together here. I am. I'll get organized. I'll get with you. Get my camera straight, sort of. But it is great to be here on this Sunday. So much is going on. So much is going on. I am excited about it. It's going to be a great week. It's a great week for a great week. Um, we are still working out. If you're watching on YouTube, we are working out, trying to get on both. But the new way we're doing it on Facebook isn't sending it direct. So progress, not perfection, people. That is what we do. That is what we do here when we are doing it. Where are my notes here? Boom! I got my notes here. I got my stuff. So what has been happening in your world? What are you grateful for? That is how we start the show every night. Is talking about what we are grateful for. And so tonight is no different. I certainly want to know what you are grateful for tonight. I am grateful to be here with you and be talking with you all. I don't think I'm talking at you. I think this is a two-way street, people. Two ways. Woo, woo, two ways. I work with you. That is what we do here. That is how we roll. Even so, strong Friday and Saturday sales. Like hearing that, Rick. Why am I not getting all my comments over here? Boom. I got comments in one area, but not in the other. I love hearing strong Friday and Saturday sales. What drives that, Rick, is strong inventory. You know, we've talked a lot about inventory and certainly talked about that, you and I one-on-one with that, and inventory definitely drives the business. So having that and having your inventory levels in a good spot yields the results. Absolutely, positively. But I love hearing strong sales. I think the Saturday, I think, was a record for my own store. So that was great. You know, but I'm pretty level. You know me. I don't get overly excited about the highs or the lows. I like steady. I don't get upset when we have a bad day, and I don't get super excited when we have a great or a record day. But I do like it. I do like the cha-ching of the register, and this is a great start to the holiday season because we are in full holiday shopping mode at this point with people. So that is a wonderful thing. I'm going to get started tonight with our Year of Positive Thinking book. I got to flip some pages here because I've been gone so long. We are on the 17th, and a long overdue thank you. Let's read this. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for being considerate. Thank you for caring about others, even when no one else is watching. Thank you for having empathy. Thank you for being authentic. Thank you for loving and respecting yourself. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Yes, thank you. Absolutely thank you. And I especially appreciate the grace while I have been gone the last couple weeks so that I could be with my sister and my nephews. Many of you know or heard that my brother-in-law unexpectedly passed away a couple of weeks ago. And it's been real hard for it's real hard for anybody when you lose someone that close to you. in such a pivotal part of the family, um, unexpectedly like that. And so, but it really teaches you about community. It really, my brother-in-law had a heart as big as the world. Everyone was his brother, everyone was his sister, and everyone was his friend. And he would do anything for anyone. And he was truly an amazing man. My nephews, had a hard time. So, I mean, they're having a hard time. So it was good to be able to spend time with them and my sister the past couple of weeks while they continue to work through this. So I certainly appreciate your grace in when I was not around. So thank you for all being you and the amazing community that you all are. But it does teach us, these moments where we pause like that does teach us how precious life is, how precious our community is, and how precious how we treat each other is so incredibly important. And so, um, take that to heart as you treat someone. And, will everyone say you were a friend? Will everyone say you were like a brother or sister? Because that was kind of the life, the way my brother-in-law led his life. And so, quite honestly, for the first number of years, I didn't know who his real brothers or sisters were because my brother this, my sister, I just didn't know. I just didn't know. It was really kind of almost comical the way that was. But I certainly appreciate all of you and this community. So a lot has happened since I was last on. Okay, so we need to talk about a few things. One, the election is over, and no matter what you felt about who should have won the election or who should have not won at any level of government, at any level, because shoot, I knew people that were really upset about school board elections and how they went. And it's really that local level all the way up to the national. It is incredibly important that you come together still as a community, that you come at it as a community, as a country, because we are one country. Ultimately, we are one community. And those elected officials, if they do well, we all do well. If they do well, your community does well. So we want them to do well. But the more important thing, with politics, without getting too political, because you've heard me say it before, politics, I mean, advocacy. You all know I'm a strong small business advocate. I'm really a good community advocate. If I believe in it, I'm a great advocate for it. But the reality is that advocacy is not about politics. It's not about party, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party. It's not about any of that. It's about good policy. And people are only in office for a period of time. And you have to bring your voice to the table. You have to tell your story. You have to be there communicating your story. And regardless of who won, I will be there communicating the story of small business. I will go to Capitol Hill. I will go to state houses across this country. I will speak from the loudest hill and talk to policymakers about what really matters to small business, because it matters. Okay. And the people that just got elected will only be there for this brief period of time. And yes, they can change some things, but really, the biggest effect we can all have is keeping our voices heard and not being silent. So whatever happened in this election, finding common ground, finding where things are, and doing that and having these talks is incredibly important. And I will continue to do that. I've got So some meetings already set up with members because there's a lot that's going to be happening during the lame duck session. There's a potential for a lot of legislation during the lame duck session of Congress, and different things are happening. But that brings me to the first thing that happened, and a federal judge on Friday, this Friday, has blocked. A federal judge has blocked the new overtime rule nationwide. Okay, so the federal judge blocked the raising of the salary threshold, which was raised from about 36,000 to 44,000 on July 1st of this year, and was set to go to 59,000 on January 1st of 2025. That has now been completely scrapped nationwide. And with the Trump administration coming into office in January, it is expected that that will stand, that they will not fight it in the courts to restore the Biden era. So that's really good for small business. Okay. That is incredibly good for small business. With that threshold being thrown out, in a lot of parts of the country, a salary of 60 grand is just a lot of money. It's a lot of money in any case, but a salary threshold, and that dealt with overtime. So if you had under the rule, if you had people employed on salary and they worked over 40 hours, you'd have to pay them time and a half for the hours over 40 if they were on salary. And now that threshold is brought back down to 35,000. I expect it will go up partly because the Democrats will figure out the parts of the law where they've gone awry with this, trying to change this. And it'll settle somewhere. It won't settle as high as 60,000. And granted, there were people, senators that I've met with, that wanted it to be 80,000, and then indexed for cost of living increases every year. So that is all scrapped. We're back to 35, and that's where that is. And that's good for most of you. Many of you can breathe a sigh of relief on that. And so that's good for business. There's some tax policy things that are up for small business in the upcoming Congress that'll definitely be hammered out next year. And there will be the Credit Card Competition Act is still something we are fighting for very strongly, and really trying to get it into the lame duck session here. I don't know whether that will really happen, but there's a hope for that. There is a hope. So we will hope strong on that and keep our fingers crossed. We had a challenge here, folks. We had an inventory challenge. I gave you a challenge to make your end of the year great, okay, of raising your inventory. The inventory you took between October 16th and Veterans Day 11/11. Okay, I challenged you to raise your inventory levels by 10% would be good. 10% would be good. Okay, 15% would be woo, and 20% would be oh yeah. So how do we do? How did you do? Have you looked? I know I feel really bad that I was not here the last week plus when this challenge was going on to help drive this home to you. But that challenge has come and gone, okay? And I hope you got your inventory levels where it needed to be. Because when you raise your inventory levels, okay, when you lift them in this way, it really does, okay? It really does have an effect on the bottom line. It really does create better sales days. It really does help you achieve levels that you did not think were possible. Okay, these are real things. So if you fell a little short, okay, I hope you all made it. But if you fell a little short, let's look at that. Okay, let's look at what you can do, okay, to be lifting those inventory levels even now. Okay, it still make a difference if you can lift them just a little bit. Okay, and so this is why I tell you always, let's focus on the inventory, not on the sales. Okay, inventory first, because that is just future sales. Inventory is future sales. It is absolutely future sales. It is your cash is king, but inventory is queen, and inventory is the blood flowing through the veins of your business. It is absolutely the blood flowing through the veins of your business, and you need to keep that consistently going. So if you watch your inventory level, okay, like you watch your daily sales, okay, if you watch how much you process, okay, we're already a little more than halfway through November. So even if you take the first half of the month of November and compare that to last year and the year before, what you received during that time, raising that, yeah, get it up here, raising that, okay, will do an amazing job for raising your cash flow. Okay, that will do that. And I'm not, the biggest thing with this is I am not saying sacrifice quality for quantity. Okay, these still have to be quality consignments. Okay, they still have to be meet the standards that your customers are looking for. Okay, or exceed those standards. They still have to be amazing inventory. That is what we talk about. So it isn't just about getting inventory, it is about it being amazing. And we want you to keep on that and keep doing that. And keep that all focused. Okay. Because when you focus, what you focus on improves. Let me say it again. What you focus on improves. And if you improve the inventory flow of your store, everything else will improve. If you improve the inventory flow in your store, everything else will improve. The last thing I wanted to talk about tonight, just briefly, was Shopify. I want to talk to you about Shopify just briefly because we've had a couple stores that fell into this trap and didn't realize it. Okay, Shopify allows you to have money sent to your bank as frequently or infrequently as you'd like. A few months ago, they sent out a thing talking about the Shopify savings account, not a bank, but that you could leave your money in there and they'd pay you a little bit of interest. Okay, and we have had a few stores that clicked on that by mistake and didn't realize that their deposits, not all their deposits were going to the bank. They were getting some, but not all of them. And so what I want you to do, everybody, just to double check, is go into your Shopify site and click on the finance tab and just make sure that the pending balance is not something huge. Okay, that most of your balance has been deposited in your bank. Because we've had a couple people where that pending payouts balance got large because they clicked on this by mistake and did not realize that all this money was sitting over in Shopify. So I want you to just double check it. It'll only take you a second because I want your money in your account. Again, Shopify is not a bank. PayPal is not a bank. Cash App is not a bank. Okay, none of these are banks. They're tech companies. Okay, they are not a bank. They do not have to follow banking regulations. And I want to make sure your money is in your pockets. Okay, not the pockets of Shopify. So just double check that. It'll only take you a second. We've only had a couple of people where that where they had clicked on this save my money thing and got sucked into it. So only a couple. I just don't want you to be one of them. That is all I'm telling you. I want you to be I want your money in your account is the only place I want your money. So take the daily deposit. Even if it's really small, take the daily deposit from Shopify. Take the daily deposit from eBay. These are not banks; they are tech companies. Do not leave money in there that you wouldn't that you'd be sad if you lost. That is always our advice. That is always what we tell you. So we are incredibly consistent with that. You know what else we tell you? This video and everything I talk about, goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running the store. Where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell, ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. Sunday and Wednesday. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil, at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with a year of positive thinking. I read you the 17th. The 18th is awesome. I'm going to read you that. Success is whatever you say it is. Don't get entangled in someone else's definition of what success should be. Create your own narrative, forge your own path, redefine what success is, and allow it to mean whatever you believe it to be. What does success look like to you? Yeah, you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a Thanksgiving Day feast. I don't know. We will party again. Yes, we will. But until then, and until Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly, you, yes, you're not alone running the store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday.